Of Ukrainian troops and nationalists were entrenched here, along with hundreds of civilians who they shepherded here and held as human shields. Eventually, almost 1,000 Ukrainian soldiers surrendered here, but only after leaving the outskirts littered with civilian corpses.
Со своего миномета, там есть гражданские люди. Они сами рассказывают.
А зачем они с минометов по гражданским стреляли?
Ой, надо спросить. Они думали, что это скопление наших.
Вон гражданские лежат. Мы-то в заводе. Почему по заводу не стреляют? А почему стреляют вот по мирным?
Понимаете? Беженцев, которые они держали для того, чтобы мы не зашли. Ну, как говорится,
Живой щит.
Они сначала
Живой щит,
держали
да.
этот живой щит, а сейчас расстреливают.
сейчас убирают. Они даже между собой, которые сдались 940 человек, прежде чем сдачи, они между собой перестрелялись и вот так вот сдались. Духа у них нет. Если бы дух у них был бы, они бы живой щит не ставили. Духа у них уже вообще нет.
At the Ilyich factory, a gigantic industrial compound, we witnessed a scene of devastation. These are all vehicles of the Ukrainian military and nationalist battalions. Here's one truck that was overturned in this huge blast. The tunnel down into the basement there, perhaps you can see underground tunnels and areas of the Ilyich factory, which is what this is. All of these vehicles were evidently under cover, under this metal roof. And as you can see, they were all destroyed. Underneath snake a labyrinth of tunnels and rooms, cumulatively tens of kilometers long. This is where Ukrainian forces made their home, while keeping civilians confined to the surface. For the duration of the battle, thousands and thousands of Ukrainian nationalists, as well as soldiers of the Ukrainian military, they hunkered down here in these huge cavernous tunnels and rooms underground. Here's a body, apparently a Ukrainian soldier, tried to get out dressed as a civilian as Russian forces approached this huge industrial area. This is where they live, in these huge, again, rooms, bunks, and they left behind everything, all of their belongings, ammunition, weapons. Here's a huge amount of bullets, for example. They left all of this in a hurry as they tried to link up with allied troops, nationalists in the Azov steel complex. But this is one of the reasons why this battle is taking so long, because so many of the nationalists are deep underground, 4-5 stories underground. Here and elsewhere, we found extensive stockpiles of weapons and ammunition. Among them, things that Ukraine claimed it had destroyed. Perhaps the biggest thing that we found is the presence of these MON anti-personnel mines. Ukraine had claimed years ago to have destroyed its vast stockpiles of anti-personnel mines, and yet here you have it. This was set up below. There was a tripwire here. There are plenty more. MON 90. Ukraine claimed to have destroyed these anti-personnel mines according to international treaties that it had signed. As you can see, it had destroyed them. Here's another MON mine with the detonator, with the tripwire over there, as well as stakes to install them into the ground to set them up on woods in cities. Obviously, there are many more crates here and elsewhere at the Ilyich factory, but this does go to show that Ukraine, seemingly by all appearances, lied when it claimed to have destroyed its anti-personnel mine stockpiles. Aside from anti-personnel mines, we also found a large number of weapons, ammunition and crates delivered from NATO member states. Javelin missile tubes, Polish and Bulgarian ammunition, British military uniforms and much more. Not just weapons, but also vehicles. Here at this parking spot, we've found a dozen or so American Thank you, Joe Biden, he says, for these Hummer vehicles, Humvees. Again, as I say, about a dozen of them just here. Some in a state of disrepair, others evidently disabled, perhaps cannibalized for parts. Nevertheless, these never left the Ilyich factory industrial zone. The Ukrainian prisoners of war have been transported away. The civilians held hostage here could not wait to get away after their ordeal. He found only one lonely survivor. Here's another trophy seized by the Russian forces here in Mariupol. This is evidently a service dog, Ukrainian service dog formerly. She was painted in blue. This is an identifying color for Ukrainians and Ukrainian nationalists. She now serves the local fighters from Donetsk.
Какая сейчас ситуация вот здесь на заводе Ильича?
Тут спокойней.
Завод зачищен.
Завод зачищен, а скажите, остались ли какие-то националисты здесь?
Нет.
Бегут.
Бегут как может. И все бросают и бегут.
А какая у вас сейчас задача?
Почистить территорию завода.
А мы вот видели очень много украинской формы брошенной. Что это такое?
Это ихний, которые они оставили.
Бежали. Бросали форму, переодевались в гражданское и бежали. Оружие, все побросали. Своих 200-х, 300-х, все побросали и носили ноги.
This is the last page of the Battle of Mariupol, the siege of the Azov Steel and Ironworks industrial complex at the heart of the city, where thousands of fanatical Azov nationalists have fortified deep underground to wait for the inevitable